Hello viewers, I welcome you to the module 1 of Microsoft Word Application. In this module, we are going to look at how to navigate our Word workplace and also how to customize uh, the interface of the Word workplace. Okay, yes, as far as this module is concerned, as you can see, this is the interface of the welcome. When you launch, after you launch Microsoft Word, this is the interface. This is what you're going to see. We have blank document with templates. Okay, we also have templates. So in this our case, we are going to pick blank document. Yes, the templates are there for you. When and how you use templates will be discussed part of the course. Okay, by today module, we are going to pick a blank document for our navigation and also the customization. So I'll kindly click on my blank document and to bring me to this interface. Okay, and as you can see, the interface comprises a whole lot of tools, a lot of features, right? Things that you might be confused with if this is your first time seeing it, and maybe some of us have been using it, but still we get confused with the tools. Okay, worry not. After this module, you'll get things easy. All right, whenever you have something to do with Microsoft Word. All right, very, very interesting. And before that, this version that you are seeing is Microsoft 365. So those of you that are using 2016, 2019, 2020, and the rest, I believe they all have the same features. But then there are some some minor differences. All right, but they all have the same features. The commonly used tools that we all have it. Okay, so first on our navigation is we'll look at the ribbon bar, the label toolbar, all right, of our Microsoft Word. Where can it be found? Okay, so this bar that you are seeing is called the ribbon, all right, and these are the tabs on it. We have the home tab, the insert tab, design, layout, reference, mailings, review, view. All right, so this is the ribbon toolbar of our Microsoft Word, and below is the tools under each tab. For instance, we are on the home tab, so these are the tools or features under the home tab. So if I come to the insert tool, it has its own features and also its tools. And you'll notice to this each tab has its tools grouped. All right, and as you can see on the home tab, we have the first group, clipboard, where you can find paste, cut, uh, copy, and also the brush tool. So they are all found in the clipboard. And we also have the next group, which is the font, where you can find the font type, font size, increase font size, decrease font size, change case, bolding, italic, underline, subscript, superscript, text effects, and typography, highlighting, font color, and the rest. So they are also under the font group of the home tab. Right. You also have the paragraphing. You want to bullet, you want to alignment, align to the left, center, to the right, and justification. Okay, justify. You also have the paragraph space or line spacing. Yes, line and paragraph spacing. They are all under the paragraph group of the home tab of the ribbon. Yes, very, very interesting. And when we come here to, we have the editing, we have for voice, the editor, and this is one of the features I think some of the versions are not having, but the current Microsoft 365 comes with this feature called the Office Dictation. All right, for Office Dictation, what is it functions? So this functions, as you can see here, it has display. Use voice typing to alter content and voice commanding for a more hands-off experience. For instance, you have a document that you want to type, but you are tired of typing, so you can use this Office Dictation tool to type automatically. So you just be reading to your Microsoft Word to type for you. Yes, it will enter uh, your document automatically without you touching your keyboard. Okay, very, very interesting. But before this tool can make use, you have to connect to interface, internet. Sorry, you have to connect to an internet. Yes, very, very interesting tool. Yes. Sometimes you can go for lectures and maybe you forget your lecture notebook, or maybe your jotter. You want to capture what the lecturer is saying. If you have your laptop and you're sitting in front or close to him, you can quickly open your Word and you get your dictate your office dictation to activate it, so that it will be typing whatever the lecturer is saying. At the end of the day, you get a full lecture note for that particular lecture. It's very, very interesting. Yes. So when you come to the insert tool, it has its own tools or features. Okay, as you can see, they are also grouped. We have the pages, tables, illustrations, media links, comments, header and footer, text, symbols, and also e-signature. So the insert tab of the ribbon, that is it tools. Yes, if you want to enter tables, you can get it from there. Cover pages, blank pages, page break. You want to insert a picture, a shape, icons, 3D models, smart charts, and screenshot or the rest. So you can get them from the illustrations and the same too. So you want to enter page number, uh, header, footer. They are under the header and then footer. Okay, group. Yes, very interesting. Text. If you want to enter the text box, so you can also get that from the text group. And the symbols too. You want to enter math equations. Yes, math equations for the mathematics students and the mathematics teachers. Yes, this is where we can get our math equations ended. Yes, from the insert uh, tab of the ribbon. You also have symbols if you want to use symbols. Yes, mathematical symbols and some scientific symbols. You can also get that from there. If you want to enter e-signature, yes, you can get that from the insert. Very interesting. So the design tool add it tools, as you can see. Document formatting. The first one is the themes. Okay, you want to pick a theme for your document. You can get that from the design tab. And document formatting. You want to title your work. Yes, you can also get that from there. We have colors, fonts, the rest, background, page background. We have watermark, page color, and also page borders. You can get that from the design. So with the layout too, we have the margin setup, orientation, size, colors under the page setup. Yes, breaks, line numbers, and alternations. Okay. We also have the paragraph, and we have the left, the right, before, after, and they are measures in inches. Okay. So these are the tools or features under the layout. The referencing tool, it has its interesting tools. Okay. If you want to enter table of content, so you can get that from the referencing. Yes. You want to update your table of content, you can get that from the referencing. Yes. Very, very interesting. Yes. Citations, you can get that from there. All right, so that is the referencing. So the mailings too has its own tools, as you can see, envelopes, labels, start, mail, mesh, and the rest. So these are the tools under the mailings. Okay, the review too has its interesting tools. For instance, the spelling and the grammar check. Yes, you can get that from the review after you type your work and you want to check errors. So you can come to the review tab of the ribbon, and then you can look for your spelling and grammar check, and then your work will be checked for you to correct mistakes. Very interesting. And when you come to the view too, it has its own features. Yet we have read mode, we have web layout, the rest. Yes. And when you come here to, we have macros. This is an interesting tool here. This macros is, it allows you to access shortcuts of Microsoft Word. Yes, as we have Control plus A for we'll select all, Control plus B for bolding, all those shortcuts. So this macro section, you can use it to retrieve those shortcuts instead of you connecting to an internet to go and search what is the shortcut key for this and that. Yes, you can equally open your Microsoft Word and then you get them there. Very, very interesting. Yes. At the end of this module, I'll take you through how you are going to generate those shortcuts, right? By using a command, all right? You will have to write a command to Microsoft Word to get those shortcuts. Very interesting. So this is the ribbon of the Microsoft Word. So you have to make sure this ribbon is in your head. Yes, the tabs. You have to know the commonly used tools and there are tabs that you can find them. Where can you find them? Yes, very interesting. So those of us that are using Microsoft Word for our daily jobs, so you have to make sure you master this ribbon. Okay, and before the ribbon, we have what we call the file tab, and the file tab has its own features. So if I click on it, it will bring me back to the welcome interface after you launch your Word. By then, it will come with features like new open share info save as print export close. Okay, if you want to save your document, when you come to the file tab, you get your save there. If you want to save as, you can get. If you want to print, you can get it there. If you want to export as PDF, you can equally get it there. You want to share, you can equally get it there. So that is, so you should know the difference between save and also save as. All right, very very interesting. So all this can be accessed on the file tab. Okay. The next thing we are going to look at is the Microsoft search bar. As you can see at the top here, we have this white bar background with search written on it. Yes, that is the Microsoft search bar. And what it function? The Microsoft search bar, its function is it helps you to search for hidden tools or features or particular tool in Microsoft Word which you can locate it, or maybe you don't know which type of the ribbon that it can be find. So you can use uh, the Microsoft search bar to search for that particular tool. Yes. So if you come to the Microsoft search bar and then you click on it and you type, so before you search, you have to know the name of the tool that you want. Okay. And you type the name. For instance, if I'm looking for spelling and grammar check and I don't know where it can be found, so I'll just quickly come to my search bar and I'll type spelling. As you can see, I have spelling and grammar check here. So I click on it and it will bring me to uh, grammar and spelling check section. Okay, so that's the function of the Microsoft search bar. It helps you to search for hidden tools. Yes, tools that you can't find or don't know where they are located. So that's it function. So next thing we'll look at is our document name display section. Yes, as you can see here, I have document one as Word. So this is the name of the document. Yes, so this section displays the name of your document. So since this document is not saved, the default name is document one. So if we happen or I happen to save this document with a certain name, so you are going to see that name here instead of the document one. The name that I've used to save the document, it will appear or display here. Yes. Or if you are working with a document that you are not sure of the document that you're working, you quickly come here and then you check the name. Yes, to know the kind of document that you are working with. Yes, very very important. Or maybe after you save your document, you can't remember the name, and maybe if you open back to that document, you can check here to know or to get back your name. So that is the document display name section. Yes. The next thing we look at is the undo. Undo, yes. We all know what the undo function is. Yes, the undo help us to undo what we've do, right? Yes. Let's assume you mistakenly deleted part of your document. Immediately you can undo it. Yes. Maybe something that you've just done and you want it back. Yes, you can undo it. Yes. Mistakenly added something and you don't want it, you can undo it. So that is the function of the undo. Yes. And the next thing is the save. Yes, save button, very very important. The save is very important. So this section, if you are working with a document, you are typing, and it's better is advisable that every minute or less than a minute you should come to this button and hit it for your document to be saved, because anything can happen to your machine. It can run out of power, any other disruption can make you lose your document. So this particular button is very important in your document creation. So less than every minute you come here to hit it to save it. We also have what we call the auto save. Yes, the auto save, you can toggle it on. Yes, if it is on, when you toggle your auto save on, you set a time. Yes, let's say you set it 5 seconds. Yes, 5 or 1 minute. So if you set 5 seconds, meaning you are telling Microsoft Word that every 5 seconds in your document creation, your document should be saved. Whatever you are doing should be saved. So Microsoft Word will be saving your work automatically. Yes, without you coming to hit on the save button. Yes, Microsoft Word will be saving it. Even if there's any interaction in your distraction in your machine, whether power lost or anything, but when you restore your PC, you can get that particular document that you were working with. So that is the autosave function. So the next thing we'll look at is the status bar. Yes, down here we have this bar called the status bar. As you can see, it has some interesting features here, some interesting tools here that we will look at. So we are going to start with the right side. Yes, we have what we call the focus mode. Yes, the focus mode. What is it function? So the focus mode is a view mode that uh, focus on only your page or your workplace. Yes, your workplace is when you put it on the focus mode, you will only see your workplace or your page. Yes, your document, you will only see that one stand out. This ribbon, these things, all of these will be hidden. Yes, they will not show. Yes, and this white background to turn to dark. Yes, dark background, leaving only your background or leaving only your workplace, your page background. That's the only thing that you'll be seeing. So it will stand alone very clear for you to see. Yes, so if I put it on the focus mode, you understand what I'm saying. As you can see, I have my ribbon, my status bar, they've all hidden. So I have only my workplace or my page background standing alone, and you can see it very clear. So that's the focus mode. But when you're on the focus mode, doesn't mean you cannot make use of the tools or the ribbon tools. Yes, or the you cannot see your status, but you can still see them. Yes, how do we see them? You see the top here, we have three dots. Yes, if I come there, click on it, you can see I have my status bar, I have my ribbons. Yes, my tools, everything is there. So you can still access your ribbon, your status bar, even when you are on the focus mode. Yes, very, very interesting. So that's the focus mode. So I'll go back to there. All right. So the next thing that we have to look at is the read mode. The read mode, yes, the read mode. What is it function? The read mode only allows you to read through your document. When you put it on the read mode, you only read through your document. You can't do any other additional subtraction, and you can only highlight too. Yes, you can only highlight, but you can maybe you want to add some particular, you want to do some changes to a document when you're on the read mode. You can do those changes. Yes, very, very uh, important. Yes. So the next thing we'll look at, or let me put it on the room mode and then you see how it will look. Yes, because I don't have any text, that's why you're seeing blank uh, space. Yes. If I happen to have some words here, you see. So that's the room. If you put on the read mode, this is how it's going to look like. Yes. We have, as you can see, we have some arrows. We have some arrows. So this is back and front. If you want to move back, you use. If you want to move front, you use here. If you want to move back, use here. Yes, to navigate through your document in order to have a successful read through. Yes, so that is the read mode. So the next thing is the print out, the print layout. Sorry, the print layout. Yes, the print layout is our default layout. Yes, it's our default layout. The print layout, you can access your ribbon or your status bar. You can do your editings, you can do your creations there, whatever uh, activity you want to do with your document. The print layout section allows you to do that. When it's on the print layout mode, you can access those activities. So the next thing is the zoom. Yes, how do we zoom in and zoom out in Microsoft Word? Yes, as you can see here, we have this bar with negative at the left and positive at the right. Yes. So if you are hitting on the negative, meaning you are zooming out. Yes. As you can see, my page has been reduced vertically. So that's the zoom out. If you want to zoom in, I'll be hitting on the zoom, the plus symbol that the right, the right end of the bar. Yes, as you can see, they have their shortcuts. And what is the shortcut? So Control plus uh, the minus symbol on your keyboard is for the zoom out. So if I press my control key plus minus symbol, I'll have my zoom out. Yes, the zoom in is control plus the plus symbol, right? Plus symbol, and I'll have my zoom in. So that these are the shortcuts for the zoom out and the zoom in. All right. So the next features or next thing we have to look at on the status bar uh, is the page and the word count. So start with the page. The page talks about the current page number in the document, right? So this section, your current it shows or it helps you to monitor your current page. Okay, as you can see, I have page one of one because I have only one page. Yes, I have only one page, and I'm on that one page. So that's why you are seeing page one of one. Okay, so if I happen to have more than one page here, let's say 10 pages, and I'm on the first page, you're going to see page 1 of 10. If I'm on the second page, you'll see page 2 of 10. If I'm on the last page, which is 10, you'll see page 10 of 10. So this section is very, very important. It helps you. Let's assume you're on a particular page that you don't know. You can quickly come and look at the current page number section to know the exact page that you are on. Very, very important. And the next thing is the word count. Yes, this section is very, very important. Yes, this word count helps you to monitor the number of words that your document contains or the number of words that you are currently working with or you've typed. Maybe let's say you are typing with a set target number of words. Yes, you can use the word count section to monitor your word counts. Okay, I can remember uh, back in SHS, when you're writing essay, even currently, there are some essays that when you are to write, they will give you a number of ways to write. Yes, either a minimum of 250 ways or a maximum of 450 ways. Yes, so and I can remember after writing, you have to count it manually. Yes, you have to count your first line, the number of ways, second line, number of ways. You take the estimated number of words for each line and you multiply by the number of lines that you've written. And with that manual count, I don't think you get an exact or the actual number of words that you've written. Yes, yes, because you are estimating. You can only get an estimated number of words, but not an exact number of words. Yes, but for Microsoft Word, it will be able to give you the exact number of words that you've typed. If it's 1 billion, if it's trillion, Microsoft Word will give you that. You will not have to sit down and then you'll be counting my first line, how many ways, second line, how many ways, third line, multiply estimated number of ways for each line by number of lines written. It's very, very stressing. So Microsoft Word is making that simple. Yes. So whenever you have a document to work with, you can always monitor your word counts from there. All right. So I think this is how we can navigate a Microsoft Word workplace. There are a lot of navigations, yes, but this is the basics or this is the most important navigations that I think this model uh, needs. Yes. So this is the navigations that we can do. You have to master the ribbon. Yes, the ribbon is very important. You have to master the ribbon because if you want to be Microsoft Word as a professional, you have to master the ribbon. Yes, when you're working with those of us that are working with huge project works, yes, with when you master the ribbon, you will not be always behind time. Yes, because let's say you are searching for a particular tool. If you already know the tab under which tab you can get that tool, you quickly go to that tab without sitting down to be searching, go to this tab, search where they can get it there. So it's very good that we know the ribbon in our fingertips. Yes, know the tabs and their tools. Okay, especially the most commonly used tools for our document creation You have to know. So the next thing that we're going to look at is how to customize our interface. So this page background, this white page background that you're seeing, how do we customize it? So that's the next thing we're going to look at. And then the tools that we are going to use for the customization are watermark creation, page coloring, page bordering, uh, page margin setup, uh, orientation, and page size. So these are the six tools that we are going to use for the customization in this model. Okay, so how do we locate these tools for the customization? So we're going to start with the first three, which is watermark, page color, and page borders. Yes, and where under which type of the ribbon can we locate these particular tools? So we can locate these tools in the design tab of the ribbon. So I'll come to my design tab. Yes, and as you can see at the right end of the toolbar of the ribbon of the design tab, you can see them the last three. We have watermark, page color, also page borders. Yes, we're going to start with the watermark. So what is watermark? Yes, some of us might not know what a watermark is. Watermark is simply putting a picture or a text behind the text of your document. Yes, there are situations or there are documents that we've encountered that we'll see a picture behind the text of the document, or we'll see a text behind the text of that particular document. Yes, so that's a watermark. Next time when you see something like that, you wouldn't be asking AI or asking someone what is that. So that is watermark. So after this module, you should be able to also create a watermark either for your personal documents or for your office, your school, any institution that you are working with. Yes, you should be able to create a watermark. Very, very interesting. So we are going to look at how we are going to create. I'll click on watermark, and if I click on watermark, as you can see, I have this drop down. Yes, I have this drop down. And the first folder we're seeing is our default watermarks. Default watermarks. The first one confidential, diagonal. Second one is confidential, horizontal. The third one is do not copy, diagonal. And we have do not copy horizontal. Yes, and watermark has two layouts, either diagonal or horizontal. So these are the two layouts of watermark. Is either you place it diagonal or you place it horizontal. Take note of that. Very, very important. Mostly I see the diagonal layouts. Yes, but we have also have a situation that you see horizontal layouts. All right. So how do we add this? So if I want to pick any of the default watermarks, I click on it, and as you can see, I have my watermark potential diagonal. Yes, and one thing you should also know is that this customizations immediately you apply these customizations to the first page or any other page, the rest of the pages will be affected. Take note of that. So since let's assume this one page, that if I'm going to add say the second page, this watermark customization will be affected. Yes, it will not be like I have to go back again the same procedure to have my second page being affected or be having this watermark. Immediately this is done, the rest of the pages that I'm going to work with will have this confidential watermark. Maybe if I don't want it, that maybe I'll remove it, and those pages will not have that affection. Yes. So this is how we set the watermark using the default. Yes. And how do we remove it? How do we remove the watermark? It's very important. Yes. Maybe you encounter a certain document that that should remove the watermark from it. I don't want that watermark. Remove it. So you simply go to your watermark, you click on it, and to the last end of the drop down, we have remove watermark. You click on remove watermark, and then your confidential diagonal will disappear. So this is how we remove the watermark. Let's assume your boss comes to you, or maybe you are creating a document for your office and you happen to use a certain watermark and say, oh, I don't want this watermark. Can you remove it? Yes, you follow that procedure. You just click on the watermark, and then you come to the last and remove watermark, and you get it disappear. So that is the default watermark. So we'll now look at custom watermark. How do we custom watermark? That is either using a picture or using a text or name, something like that for our watermark. So I'll click on custom watermark, and I'll get this dialog. As you can see, I don't have any watermark on my page. That's why the no watermark is checked. Yes, but below it, I have picture watermark, picture watermark. And below that picture watermark, we have what we call select picture mark. As you can see, it is fade out. Yes, meaning I've not checked picture watermark. So this select picture is not active. I can't select any picture. Before this select picture will be active, I have to check this watermark, picture watermark. Yes, as you can see, when I immediately I checked the picture watermark, you can see the select picture is active. It's ready for me to select my picture for the watermark. So I'll click on the select picture, right, and it will bring me to this interface, right. And this interface, if you want a picture from a website, yes, you or from a browser, yes, um, you have to connect. If you connect your device to an internet, yes, you will not get this interface. The interface will come in a different form that you can see. You will see Bing search browser, or where you see a search bar that you can add a description of the picture that you want, or the name of the picture that you want, and uh, it will direct you to a website or a browser where you can have that picture uploaded to your document as a watermark. Yes, or there's a section to which is from your device. If the picture, you already have the picture on your device, you select from device, and then it will direct you to your file explorer, and then you pick your picture wherever you've saved it. Yes. So in this case, I'm picking work offline. Yes, I'll pick work offline. And if I pick work offline, it will bring you to my file explorer. Yes, as you can see, it has directed me to my file explorer, meaning I have to search where my picture is, the picture that I want to use for the watermark. I'll search which folder where it is stored, and before I'll select it. But here the case I already have, it has already directed to my pictures. I have these two pictures here. The first one, which is the future alternative in this flyer, and then also the logo for future alternative in tech. Yes, so I want to use the logo for the watermark. So I'll select it, and I'll come down here, insert. I'll click on the insert. Yes, and my picture is selected. It's been selected for the watermark. So when you're done with your selection, uh, you come to hit OK. As you can see, my watermark is being created using the future alternative in tech logo. So whatever ways or whatever text I'm going to enter here, this logo is going to be behind it, and number of pages that I'm going to work with, they will all have this watermark be on them. Yes, so that is how or this is how we use picture as our watermark. So the next thing we'll look at is how do we also apply text watermark. How do we use text using your name or using a certain slogan that you want to be used for the watermark? How do we do that one? So we'll quickly remove this picture watermark, uh, this, and then we'll come up to our watermark, and then we'll go to the custom watermark. Yes, and below the picture watermark, you see text watermark. Okay, text watermark. So I'll check that, and all the sections will be active and ready for me to do my access. And you can see I have text here. So this bar, this box I'm seeing, I'm going to delete this, and I'll write the text that I want. I'll type the text that I want for my watermark. Yes. So I want to use my name. You can equally use your name there. Then, so any other words, any words that you want to use. Yes. I have my name here. Sorry. I have my name here. Yes. And below it, so after you've entered the way that you want, yes, below it is the font. Yeah, the font size. This one's on the font size. Which font size do you want to use? Or yes, if you want to maintain the calibrate, the default calibrate, or you want to choose any other font size like Times New Roman and the rest, you can click on the drop down, and you have your number of font types here to select from. Yes, so this is how, so I'm going to maintain my calibre. Next to is the font size. All right, we have the auto size. We have text size 36, 40, 44, 48, and also 54. So this is the font size section. Okay, yes, so I'm going to use the auto size. And next to is the color. Yes, the color section, color. If you want to color your text, yes, you can click on the drop down and you have your colors here. We have several colors here that you can select from. So if I want to use black text, yes, I'll click my black. So you can see the black color is being selected, and below it is the layout. Yes, as I stated earlier, watermark, we have two layers: diagonal and what, horizontal. Yes, diagonal and horizontal layout. And as you can see, the diagonal is checked. Yes, and mostly I see diagonal watermark. We have also have horizontal watermark, but mostly I see diagonal watermark. So I'm going to check the diagonal watermark. Yes, which is already been selected. So when you are done with this, all this selection, so your final part, you pick OK. You come to click on OK. Yes, and I hit on OK. As you can see, Olo is created as my watermark. So if I'm going to add any other page, this watermark will be on that particular page. The number of pages I'm going to work with will all have this watermark text infection. Yes, so that is how to text watermark creation. Yes, this is how we are going to do it. Yes. So the next thing, I believe at this point, you should be able to create watermarks for yourself, for your personal document, for institution, and also for your office or your school. Yes, this is how we create the watermark. So the next thing we are going to look at is page color. How do we color this page background that you are seeing? How do we color it? The default color is white. So you don't want this, yeah, the project or the document that you want to work with. You don't want this white background. Yes, you want to change the background of it, the color of it. Yes, you can. You come to your page color, and then you have several colors. Yes, you have several colors there to pick from. Yes, you pick the colors. As I'm hovering around, you can see your page background is also changing. Yes. So if I pick, let's assume I want this color. I want black background color. Yes, I'll click on the black. Yes, as you can see, my page background is having a black color. Yes. So this is how we set the page color. If I want to remove this color, if I don't want this black background color, how do I remove it? Yes, you come back to the page color again, and below you can see no color. Okay, no color. I'll click on the no color, and I'll get it disappear. And also, if the colors here doesn't satisfies you, we also have more colors that you can pick from. So if I click on the more colors, it will bring me directly into this dialog. As you can see, we have a standard colors here, yes, which you can pick from. Also have custom colors, you can also pick from them. That is if those colors there default or format colors there are not uh, uh, caching for you. You can click on the more colors to bring you to this section to pick a standard color from this place. Okay, so this is how we set the page color. All right, so the next thing we are going to look at is the page borders. Yes, page borders, page borders. So how do we border our pages? So just click on page borders. Yes, and this dialog will open for me. Yes, and to the left we have settings. Yes, which we have none, box, shadow, 3D, custom. Okay, these are the settings. So if I pick none, meaning I don't want any borders. So let's assume your document is having borders and you want to remove it. So when you come to your page borders and you come to select none, you hit enter, your borders will be removed. Yes. So let's assume after setting your page border, you want to remove it. You don't want that borders again. You can follow the same procedure and then you select none from the settings and then you hit OK, and then your borders will be removed. But in this model, we want to learn how to create the borders. So we're going to pick any apart from the none, any of this. Yes, I'm going to pick this one, the box border style. Right. If I pick the box, the next thing I'm going to look at is the style. So which style do I want? Do I want a line bordered or any of this? Plenty. You can see them. It's our style borderline. So I'll pick the first one, which is the line bordered line. Yes. And the next thing is the color. Do I want to set a color for the borders? Yes. The style. Do I want to set a color for the borders? So if yes, I'll click on the drop down and I have several colors there. Or if I don't want these colors, I'll have more colors. So you click on the more colors and then you pick. Okay. So let's assume I want to pick black border. Yes, I want black border. Yes, as you can see. And also what you should notice is that here, this preview section, yes, to your right, we have a preview section. This preview section gives you the outlook of the page background, how the borders is going to look like from your selections. Yes, it will give you the preview, it will give you the outlook, how it's going to look like. If it's really interesting, if it really follows what you want, you then finalize it by clicking on the OK. So that's the previous section. So whatever selection that you're making here, it will be appearing here for you to see how it's going to look. Okay. So the next thing we're going to look at is the width. Yes, the width. So that's the sizing. So if I want, this size, I want my borders to look somehow big, I'll pick this three, size three. Yes, as you can see from the review, as you can see from the preview, from the preview, this is how the borders size is three. Yes, the size is going to be box bordered line. All right. So the next thing is apply to. Below the preview we have what apply to. So this apply to is an instruction that if you pick Microsoft Word will follow. Yes, will follow. All right. And we have uh, two uh, two instructions. Yes, the first one which is whole document, and the second one this section with also two sub sections, which is first page only and also all except first page. So if I pick whole document, meaning the whole document, let's assume I have a 10 pages document. So all the 10 pages will be affected by this box borders style. If I pick first page only, meaning only page one will have that borders. Yes, but the rest of the page, starting from page two to the last page, will not be having this borders effect. Yes, if I pick all except first page, meaning apart from page one, the rest of the pages will have this box borders uh, line. So these are the instructions that you give to Microsoft Word. So in this case, I'm going to pick whole document. I want the whole document to be affected. Yes. So after you pick your whole document to be applied to, you come and hit, meaning you are done with your selections. You are okay with from your preview. Yes. And I'm okay with my selection. So I come to hit OK. And as you can see, my page borders is set successfully set. So this is how uh, we create page borders, or this is how we set page borders for our documents. Yes, this customization tools are very important, especially those of us that sometimes you want to use Microsoft Word to create a flyer or a poster. Let's say you are designing a particular certificate or some small document that you're creating that demands this images or these customizations is very, very important. Yes, very, very important. One thing I will also talk about the borders to when we'll go back then I'll show you something. Yes, below here we have what we call art. Yes, art. And this art section is sometimes let me give this this scenario. I can remember back in GHS and SHS whenever we are writing letters to our loved ones, our crushes, you see, you pick a sheet of paper and you draw love this around the paper, the borders. Yes, you draw love symbols like others, those kind of things, hearts. Yeah, you draw hearts, try to draw heart and those stuff around the paper before you then start to write whatever message you have for her. So that's the art borders style that we used to do, but we didn't know. So Microsoft were to have this art bordered setup style. Yes. So below here, the art, if I click on the drop down, I have a number of or several arts here. Yes. The first one that looks like apple. Yes, look like an apple. If I pick my page borders is going to be set by apple. Yes. Let's assume you're writing a very emotional letter to either your friend. Yes, you can use the apples, yes, to as your border. So if I pick the art apple, as you can see, I have my borders from the preview. This is how my page borders is going to look like. So if I click OK, yes, I'll have my page borders using this apple art. Okay, so this is uh, an interesting part too. So see, Microsoft Word is very interesting, very interesting. So this is how we set page borders with page color, and we also create watermark for our customization of our page background. Yes, and I believe we can all do this after this model. Yes. So how do you remove these borders? Yes, as I stated earlier, you come to page borders and you pick none. So if you pick none, you hit OK, so your page borders will be removed. So this is how we do the customization. Use watermark, page color, and page borders. So the next customization tools that we're going to look at is page margin setup, orientation, and also page size selection. Okay, and how where do we locate these page margins? Orientation also size setup. Where do we locate them? These customization tools are located in the layout tab. Okay, the layout tab of the ribbon, very important. I stated that the ribbon is very important, but that we should be familiar with. Yes, under this tab we should know the various commonly used tools and which tabs that we can find them. Very important. Yes, very important. So when it comes to the layout tab, we have our first three, which is we have the first one to be margins, adjust margins, we have orientation, change page orientation, uh, we have choose page size. Yes, so these are the three last customization tools that we're going to look at in this model. So we're going to start with the margins. Yes, if I click on the margins, I believe we all know what a margin is. Yes, a margin to set a margin size for the entire document or the current section. So that the description is giving me here. Adjust margin. So set the margin size for the entire document or the current section. Choose from several commonly used margins formats or customize your own. Okay, and I believe we all know what a margin. A margin is the section of your document that you can't type. Yes, you can't put any text there. Yes, I can remember uh, our answer booklet. Was he yes, in the university they will write do not write in the margin, or is it do not write here, something like that. So that is the margin that we are talking about. Yes, you are not allowed to write inside the margin. Yes, so Microsoft Word to page 2 has those margins that you can write on those, or you can type inside those margins. Yes, so we can adjust them, and we can adjust them. What is this adjustment stuff? Now the adjustment is, let's have this one for instance. This is the margins is very large, which you don't like you want to reduce the margin, so you can adjust it by moving this cursor backward to reduce the margins, or we the margin is too small, you want to increase the margin, you can also set it. And when you click on the margins, we have the most commonly used margin formats. Yes, we have the first one, which is last custom settings. Yes, last custom meaning my previous visit to Microsoft Word, I've used this custom setting. That is top and bottom both 1 inches, and I have left and bottom 0.75 inches, and the normal, yes, which my document is currently using. Yes, the normal, which 1 inches for both top, left and right. Yes, so that's it measurements, and we have the narrow to with 0.5 inches for both top and bottom, also left and right. So these are the measurements for the narrow margins format. Yes, so if I pick the narrow margins format, as you can see, my margins is adjusted to the back, is being reduced. Yes, so that's what I'm talking about. So if I pick moderate, so you can see it will be adjusted, the margins will be adjusted. If I pick wide, yes, as you can see, my margin is being adjusted. Yes, see, all of this place will be the margin. In the whole of this place, I can't write, I can't type anything there. Yes, the whole of this section I can't write in my only the only place I can write is just here. Yes, I can't write uh here, neither at the top here. I can't write here. So that's the my only space that I can write. So that is the margin. So you can adjust your margin. Very important. So if this commonly used formats doesn't fit your margin measurement, you can use the you can come to the last end here. We have custom margin. Click on the custom margin and you get this dialog, or you get this section where you can put your own you can put in your own measurements. Yes, your own page margin measurement, and after that you click OK, and then your customized page margins will be set. Yes, so let me put it back to the original margins, which was normal. Okay, so this is how we set the page margins. Right, the next thing we'll look at is the orientation. Yes, the orientation, which has let me see the description. So the description gives your pages a portrait or a landscape layout. Yes, we know what a portrait and a landscape layout is. Yes, yes. Currently, we are using the portrait layout. Yes, vertical rectangular page background. Yes, so that's the portrait. So if I put it in a landscape, uh, this vertical rectangular page background will be transformed to this layout, as you can see, somehow enlarging than the previous one. Yes, so this portrait layout is similar to our phones. When sometimes when you're watching a movie and you want the movie to cover the whole screen of your phone, you put your phone into rotate mode, and then you rotate the phone for the video to cover the whole screen. So that is when you move from half screen to the whole screen, for the movie to cover the whole screen is the landscape. But if you're on a portrait, meaning your movie will only take part of your screen, not the whole screen. So that is the portrait and the landscape. Very interesting. So the last uh, custom tool that we are going to use for our page, our interface customization is the size, page size setup. All right, page size setup. Yes, if I click on it, we have some couple of or some several commonly used page size format. Yes, the first one, which is 8.5 by 11 inches, which is the letter, and I have the second, which is 11 by 17 inches, and illegal, which is 8.5 inches by 14 inches. I have statement 5.5 inches, and the rest. So we have several page size formats here. Yes, currently the default one is the letter. Using this one since the letter. So if I pick this one, you see how it has expanded. So that is uh, the 11 by 17 inches. If I pick the legal 8.5 by 14 inches, you see this page size. So you can also try that. We have A3, A4, A5, yes, B4, B5, and also we have envelope B5, envelope C4. We also have business cards, yes, business cards here, and also architecture B seats, yes, all and the A seats, they are all there. So if you want those page size formats, you can select them. Or if this page commonly used page format doesn't fit your page size that you want, you can customize it by more by click on the more paper size. Okay, if I click on the more paper size, I'll have this dialog, and I'll put on my paper size that I want, and I'll click on OK. Then I'll get my uh, paper size created. All right. So this is how we customize our Microsoft Word Workplace interface. Yes, and also with the navigation, the ribbon, the tabs under the ribbon, the file tab, the Microsoft search bar, the document name display section, the undo, the save, the auto save, the status bar with the features of focus, read mode, print layout, zoom, page, current page section, and the word counts. So uh, these are the navigations that we spoke about, and the customization of the interface to watermark tracing, page color, page body, which are under the layout tab of the ribbon, and also the margin setup, page orientation setup, and also page size, which are also under the layout tab of the so sorry, I think the watermark and the page color, the paper that I said they are on the layout tab. No, they are in the design tab. Sorry, design tab. That's where they are. Yes, but for the margins and the the orientation and the size, you can get them from the margin from the layout tab of the ribbon. So viewers, this is the end of our oh, sorry. I think I make mention about macros in the beginning of the model. Yes, when I was talking about the tools under the tabs. Yes, when I go to the view tab, I spoke about a certain feature for macros, and where I spoke about you can access the shortcut keys for Microsoft Word from that tool or from that feature macros. Yes, without any internet connection. Let's assume you want a shortcut like Control plus B. You can access it or you can get that from the Microsoft Word as far as you already have your Microsoft Word installed without connecting your device to an internet to go to a browser to search what is the shortcut key for bolding or copy, paste, and all those tabs. You can access that or you can generate that. Microsoft Word can generate it for you by commanding it to do that. And how do we command it? So you come to the view tab of the ribbon, and when you come to the view tab of the ribbon, to the last right end of uh, the toolbar of the view tab, we have what we call macros. Yes, macros. As you can see, macros. If I click on it, I'll get this drop or this dialog. Yes, and as you can see, we have macro name here. You enter. This is here we are going to enter the command. Yes, after I enter the command, you hit enter for Microsoft Word to generate the shortcuts for you. Okay, so if the command that you enter is list commands, so I'll type list commands. Yes, list commands. As you can see, so after entering this command, I'll hit enter on my keyboard. Yes, if I hit enter, it will bring me to this section. Yes, so you can see it's asking me whether I want current keyboard settings or all word commands. Yes, if I want current keyboard setting, which is already set, I'll click on OK. Yes, and as you can see, Microsoft Word has generated the shortcuts for me. Yes, as you can see, the first one is all caps. We have the command name, the modifiers, and the key. So the all caps has a modifier of Control plus Shift plus a key A. Yes, so we come to the bold tune to if you want to bold the text, it has a modifier of Control plus the B key. Yes, or Control plus Shift plus the B key. Yes, so these are the various shortcuts. So if you want these shortcuts, as far as you know this command, you come to your view tab, the view tab of the ribbon, go to your macros and you enter your command list commands and hit enter, and Microsoft will generate this shortcut for you without you connecting your device to an internet to go and search these shortcuts, which will cost you. Yes, so this is how the macros, one interesting part of the macros. Yes, very, very important. Okay, viewers, this is the end of the module 1. In our next module, which is the module 2, we are going to look at typography standards. That is font size selection, font type,